Heart is a dry land. All the water we got comes from the river. If there were anything else like the river, we might have bothered giving it a name, but since there's no other river to confuse it with, what's the point in naming it? That river's a lifeline for the city, the only blue we got, save for the sky itself. So when that cloud showed up above the city, 15 years ago, blotting out everything in the sky, dark as pitch, the city didn't know what the hell to do. It was an omen, a harbinger of the bad days to come, hovering over all of Heart. When that first drop of rain fell, we all held our breath. Water from the sky, that was a sight nobody had laid eyes on before. And when the heavens opened up, and that rain came down like our raging river from above, drowning our streets, flooding our districts, folks thought it was the end. Our whole world unraveled at the seams.
Hello, and welcome to Heart the State Within, our actual play podcast presented by UniversiD&D. My name is Blake Croft. I will be your game master and keeper for the evening, and it's my pleasure to introduce the players. Alex, Jacob, Lily, and Katie. Hi, friends. Welcome to episode 5. This is future editing Blake recording this intro because I had a few extra things to say before the episode today. The first thing I wanted to plug is our Discord channel, which I have started including in each of the podcast episode descriptions. So if you have not joined us over there, please come join us. We have a lovely little community, and that's going to be the best place to interact with other people listening, and the whole cast is over there. We're pretty active on there. And my second plug is me humbly asking you to consider leaving us a rating for our show on whatever platform you're listening on. You can leave a little review and type things out and tell people why you're enjoying it, or you can just leave us a little 5 stars, loved it. Those reviews are the best way for us to grow and reach more people. That's all. Thanks so much for listening, as always, and for sticking with us this far. This episode is a doozy, and shit is getting very real now, so I hope you enjoy. Last we left our players, or our characters, we left them for, an undisclosed amount of time, as they stepped through the major spoilers, if you haven't listened to the previous few episodes. They stepped through this doorway underneath the church into this blinding sunlight. That is where we pick up now. Each of you has stepped through this door and out into the sunlight. I think maybe it had been like a little bit in the afternoon when you all had come into the church. Now the sun is like middle of like noon. You are stepped out onto a boardwalk where there is a crowd of, from what you can just gather right at first, at least a few hundred people, if not more, that you can see out in front of you, crowding this large wooden boardwalk. And as you look at the four of you, as you step through this door, you look at each other and see that you are not the same people who came through this door. And we'll talk now about who you are. So, Lily, you are playing Lucy Field. She's like 25 years old. She is a martial arts expert. She's a black belt. Katie, you are playing Clover Yeston. Your advantage is read a crowd. Jacob, you are playing a man by the name of Dallas K. K spelled K-A-Y. Your advantage is prepared. And Alex, you are playing a young man named Argo Harris.
Go Argos.
The four of you are on this boardwalk. The things you're wearing are, I want to say, like, think turn of the century, like turn of the 20th century Atlantic City boardwalk kids. You know, a lot of like pinstripes, a lot of layers, brown jackets, a lot of plaid, things of that nature. You know, like you're all about to play croquet, you know? That is where we pick up as you see all these people flooding in around you. The sun is blinding out in the middle of this boardwalk, and you turn around and you see that the door that you had entered through is not there anymore. But you have entered these different bodies. You remember the things you had brought into this place. And so you might not be fully inhabiting these people. Your voice might sound different, the way it comes out of your mouth, but at the end of the day, you have the same memories, and you might feel a little different in these bodies, but you're essentially the same people. So, what are you doing here?
Well, I'm gonna first see what there is to see. We talked a little bit on our break, but we've got to be near the ocean, right? That's something that
It's a boardwalk.
So
we've never seen.
you look around and you see that this boardwalk is outstretching from a part of a city. It might be Hart, but a part of a city that stretches out, or this boardwalk stretches out from like the cement of those streets that kind of curve off and down into like a lower part of the grass. The boardwalk has been built out, stretching over these valleys. So it's not over an ocean, it is over grass, but these like temporary shacks and things have been built all around you. You see that this is some sort of fair or gathering, as you see these stands with carnival games and that sort of thing. You hear someone ahead of you up and to the right selling popcorn at a stand nearby, and he goes, "Kettle, caramel, cheddar, plain, get your delicious popcorn here." And Dallas, you are shoved as a little kid comes bumping into you. He is wearing this like blue corduroy jacket, very young kid, and he's got a caramel apple in his hand. He goes, "Oh, sorry, mister." And he continues running ahead with the direction that the crowd is in general going towards. And you see over at another stand with one of these fair games, a baseball is thrown and a set of tin cans is knocked over and clatters to the floor. And the man running the carnival game hands out a giant like plushie of some sort of like cute little creature beast thing. That's what you see. And everyone's sort of walking down this boardwalk, gathering in some semblance of the direction in front of you.
But we're all like together.
Yes.
I guess Dallas will turn to them and be like, "Guys, what the fuck? Wait, what is happening?"
This is really strange, don't you think? I'm really suave, by the way.
He's so suave. I mean,
Why does my voice
very
sound
different.
like that? Who are you people?
If I am right about this, if I'm not mistaken, then you're the same people I walked through that door with.
I really hope we don't play these characters too long. I don't want to listen to that.
That was horrible. It was just the first thing that came out of my mouth.
No, it's great. It's great. Keep it going.
But we remember who we are, though, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
you remember who you are.
So who's who? I feel like we should go through that.
I'm Annie.
Obviously, I'm Ted.
Yeah, obviously, Ted. It's Dot.
No way.
Whoa. Atticus, you're funny in any dimension. Keep it up, bud.
You didn't change your voice at all.
Her accent
I
is
had an
literally
accent.
Her accent is literally gone. Shut up.
He got your ass.
gone. Okay, Shaggy. Oh God.
What are you all doing?
This crowd, you said they're kind of all filing in one direction?
Yes. The crowd is headed straight. Some of them, are gathering in groups, and a couple like families and groups of friends are gathering at these stands with games, or someone selling popcorn, someone selling caramel apples, things of that nature.
Does it
So-
look like
Do we know what this stuff is? Like, do we know what cheddar corn and a caramel apple is?
Yeah, it's reserved for special occasions, I think, but it's not not very popular in the Elysian district,
So should we? I don't know how to ask someone without it being weird. But should we ask someone where we are?
is there any signage around us?
No, I don't
Slight.
think there would be.
So wait, it does or it doesn't seem like there's like a general direction?
It
the
does.
crowd is
Everyone
moving?
seems to be pushing down the boardwalk.
Is that because we're at the entrance, or does it seem like there might be something going on down there?
It seems like there's something going on down there. You see that over the crowds of people, you see that there is some sort of large building that is at the far end of the boardwalk.
Okay, guys. I think if we're gonna figure anything out, we gotta follow this crowd.
Okay, so you're all headed that way.
Yeah.
And just to say that there is a city behind you, and it doesn't look like the Elysian district, at least. But I don't know how familiar you all are with like the skylines of the other districts, so I don't know how conclusive that looking at that is. But whatever it is, it's clear that you are in a very different place than the church. You all walk down the boardwalk, following the crowds of people, and you arrive at the far end where there is a large stage that, those stages, those outdoor amphitheaters that have those almost shell backs to them. It looks like that, where they've built this large amphitheater. Once you get over here, actually, and looking behind you at the crowds of people that are still filing in, there are thousands of people here. This is a giant crowd. And generally, they are excited for whatever is happening here. You see on the stage, as you kind of settle into your spots and push up against the crowd, there are a panel of people that are sitting down in these chairs and one central podium that is unfilled at the moment. Are you doing anything, or if not, I can keep narrating. Oh yeah, Jacob, you have your hand raised.
My hand raised, as always. I'm going to start by pinching myself. Does that
Okay.
do anything?
You feel it.
Okay, I'm going to slap myself.
Yeah, you feel it.
All right, still, I haven't woken up yet. I'm going to
Nope.
punch myself in the face.
Yeah, you fall. You stumble backwards.
Oh!
From the pain.
Okay, that's enough.
Ted, you look
You're making a fool of
ridiculous.
yourself.
What? Guys, what's going on? Just a second ago, I'm not in my body.
Why are you talking like that?
Ted, I think this is definitely. I think because of it's mostly memory and knowledge based. I think this is definitely your disadvantage of seeing something that you aren't able to explain. So go ahead and roll that for me. What is that called? Rationalist? Is that one?
Rationalist, yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll that.
Okay. Oh, I don't roll anything. You just choose, Blake.
Oh, right. So I think the idea is you consciously deny what you see. I think even after you've pinched yourself and things like that, I think you are convinced that you are in some sort of, you've been put into some dream state.
Okay.
Because that's would probably be the most rational scientific explanation of it, is whatever you walked through induced some shared dream.
Okay. Okay. This has to be, maybe it's Scarlet. We're all having a group hallucination together. Somehow our minds are linked through this drug, or maybe it's the disease. What's going on? Can someone explain this, please? Because I'm Anyone? Anything?
I've
We're all in the
got
same
no
boat
idea
here, buddy.
yet.
I feel pretty awake though, so
Where to fare? Okay. I don't think I heard any fairs happening in town anytime soon. So maybe
One of the an older man turns around and goes, "Hey, buddy, you're stressing my whole family out up here. Is there something I can help you with?"
none of this is real. You're gonna wake up.
Okay.
Wake up now.
Yeah.
Wake
in front
up.
of
No.
Ted.
Wake up.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. Okay. You're scaring
we
the
all
youngins.
block Ted. With
Yeah,
our
I'm gonna
bodies.
step in front of him and just say, "Sorry about my friend. He's just excited." Can you tell me what exactly we're all queuing up for? Is there a show about to start?
Yeah. They're gonna give the big speech, big announcement. This is it's Progress Day.
Oh, that's here. That's good to know.
How
You
did
know-
you get here if you didn't know that was here?
Oh, we were just following the crowd. Do we know who's gonna be making the speech?
A couple people, but namely the Chancellor.
Oh, the Chancellor.
The Chancellor's fake. The Chancellor's not real. He's fake. You've imagined him. You just think there's a Chancellor, but there's not a Chancellor.
I physically covered Ted's mouth with my hand.
We're an improv troupe. We're just trying to work on some new bits. Sorry if it's bothersome.
Right. No, it's a little strange, and usually that's like an excuse to cover up something weirder that's happening. But I'm gonna not question it. What? Okay, we're gonna turn around. We're gonna go a little bit over the ways through the crowd. Don't follow us.
Thanks for
have
the
a good
notes.
Progress
It's-
Day.
It's really helpful.
Happy Progress Day.
Yeah, he's looking behind. He's like, go ahead of me. All right.
All right. Ted, you need to get a hold of yourself because whether or not this is real, I'm feeling some major secondhand embarrassment. Okay? That is definitely real, and I need you to shut your mouth. Okay?
Can I
Yes.
look down at my hands?
Yes, you can.
What's my finger situation? How many I got? How many digits?
You are missing a finger on your left hand.
Oh my goodness.
What about my hands, Blake?
Yeah, in fact, all of you are missing
But,
a finger.
but-
I see her look at her hand, and I look at my hand. I'm like, oh. What the...
Now, welcome to the club. You get used to it.
Hey,
huh.
Argo
mention
/ Atticus, you're looking up at the stage. What was the advantage you got?
Body awareness.
Body awareness.
So
okay.
I'm going to do a
So
front flip onto the stage real quick.
Yeah, you guys are like a few hundred people back, by the way. Like not
Oh
really
my
up there.
gosh.
I think, I don't think this is a role. You are looking up at the stage and you're looking at these people who, it seems like one of them is about to speak soon. And one of them strikes you as familiar, and yet you can swear you've never seen this person in your life.
Someone Argo knows, huh? I probe deeper into this alien mind.
Okay, go ahead and, let's see. I think this is read a person.
Okay.
And maybe that person is Argo. Maybe that person is the person on stage. And we'll sort of
That's
change
an-
the questions a little bit because it's
That's
kind
an
of
8.
an 8. So mixed success. I think you may ask one question. I think maybe you're probing towards Argo, see if he knows this person. And I think the answer you get is he does not know this person. Argo has not seen this person with his eyes. So it's something else, some other reason he's familiar to you. But you see as a few more minutes pass, the rest of the people, this is now an audience packed in on the edge of this boardwalk, this large theater space. There are at least probably around 2,000 people here. Yeah, let's say 2,000.
Yeah.
They come in, the rest of the stragglers come in as a man steps up from his chair and walks up to the podium. A hush falls over this crowd of thousands. There is a large, what are those things called? the little horns that play music. You can see it on like the edge of a
Organ?
record.
Gramophone?
Oh,
Yeah. Like a big. It's basically
so
like a big
wrong.
gramophone that are set around the stage and around the audience to amplify this sound. But he speaks, and the crowd is silent, listening, hanging on his every word. He goes, "Hello, good afternoon, my fellow citizens of Heart. Today, we stand on the precipice of a new era, a grand turning point in the history of our beloved city. We are gathered here to celebrate the progress we've made on this Progress Day and to share the thrilling experiences and new knowledge that has come from our tireless endeavors. Today, I stand before you not just as your chancellor, but as a fellow dreamer and a believer in the boundless potential of this city. The advancements that we have achieved over the past few years are nothing short of miracles. And today, we are incredibly excited to unveil what we have been working on. Our scientists, scholars, and visionaries have poured their hearts and souls into this mission. And the day we have longed yearned for is now close within our grasp. The future we envision for Heart promises prosperity, knowledge, and freedom for its people. After this day, no longer will we be confined to this tiny city. For beyond the mists lies untold opportunities and uncharted territories. Our isolationist walls will crumble. We will share our culture, our achievements, and our way of life with the world beyond. And that is why, on this Progress Day, we will reveal our newest achievement, the Progress Tunnel. And he gestures over to his left, and a large curtain on one side of the stage is lifted. And you see behind it this large tunnel, probably 25 feet tall, and then like a semicircle that goes back further behind the stage. And you see off in the distance the mists lying on the other side. I believe in the unbreakable spirit of this city, and I trust that when we breach these mists, our journey will be nothing short of a revelation, a testament to human potential. Our first brave adventurer is a man you all know, Gregory Salt. And he gestures to the side, and you see this man step up, Atticus/Argo. You know where you recognize this man. He's about 25 years old, and he looks clean-shaven, and you recognize that this man is your grandfather. You've seen portraits of him, paintings. You've never met him. Thank you, and may our journey be swift and triumphant. And there is a huge rush of applause in the crowd. Anyone do anything?
That's... I know him. But this can't be. What? Shit. This has got to be a dream. This has to be a dream. That's my grandfather.
He steps over to the side of the stage, and they give him a... this time, it is sort of more hazmat-like. They give him a full helmet that he puts over his head. And they march him down the stairs of the stage and into the tunnel. You see as there are lights that shine down on this tunnel, and you see as he steps closer to the mists. The crowd watches in silent anticipation. You see as Gregory walks past the point of your vision in the tunnel, as he crosses over what must be the threshold to the mists. He's out of your sight for maybe 30 seconds, 45 seconds, until you see something. It's Gregory running back towards the crowd. And you hear it now from far away, him screaming. And then you hear something else. Something that sounds high-pitched, like a screech. And something like wings beating, but not just a few wings. Hundreds of wings, thousands, millions of wings flapping together. And you see, coming out of the tunnel, at first it appears to just be darkness, as these black birds swarm out, knocking Gregory over. You see as they come out, you see there are thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of these birds. They are large, like vultures, jet black, and their wings have these huge talons on the edge, almost like hands, as they fly out of this tunnel and blot out the sun, coming out over this crowd, cresting it like a wave of darkness. The crowd, delayed now, screams and tries to run, but it is so packed in here that's impossible. You see the first sign of one of these birds diving down. You see the man that you had just spoken to who inched a little bit up into the crowd. He's attacked by one of these birds. It dives down and rips at his throat, clearing it off of his body entirely as he falls to his knees. You see as a woman to your left is attacked by one of these things, and just this thing pecks out her eyes immediately and then tackles her down to the ground. You see similar sights all around, but only for a moment before your entire vision goes black, with only slits of skin or torn clothing or blood being seen through the mass of the bird's wings that are attacking and killing this entire crowd. The four of you look up, and you see these things, 3 on each of you, attacking, and you feel every moment of it as they rip apart your skin, parts of your muscle, and go for the throat. And your vision fades to black. And then you open your eyes. And the first thing you hear when you open your eyes is you hear, "Kettle, caramel, cheddar, or plain, get your delicious popcorn here." And a kid shoves into you, Dallas, and a baseball is thrown at tin cans at a stand. You are back on the boardwalk. The sun is shining bright in the sky. What are you doing?
No.
Blake.
No. No.
Yep.
What's the story of Gregory? What does Atticus know about him?
I think he was not really talked about a lot. You know he died when your father was very, very young.
Progress Day. Ringing any bells?
No.
Mm-hmm.
You have never heard of Progress Day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna fall to my knees and just, like, eyes wide. Honestly, that's kind of it. Just, like, kind of broken.
Well, at least we know we come back if we die here.
I guess the next question is, how do we get out of the loop?
Maybe if we do something different this time.
Can both of you just stop and think about what just happened?
Shit's crazy, but we can't spend time freaking out.
Well, if what your guys' guess is true, then it sounds like yes, we can, and we'll just start here every time. Stop me if I'm talking crazy now.
Yeah, but do you want to get ripped up?
Is the
Again?
solution not obvious here?
We stop
No,
your
it's-
grandpa from going into the tunnel.
Exactly.
Or stop him from coming out of it.
That might be harder.
Yeah, it might be easier to just keep him from going in and block off the whole thing. Seems big.
Blake, is it like... correct me if maybe I'm like misremembering. Is it common knowledge that there's just hundreds of thousands of creatures in the mist that just eat people?
No, there's no one knows it's in the mists.
Okay.
Also, I will say, like, this is let's say this. This is a bird that is in heart. This is a bird that is, you know, think of how common maybe like a vulture is. You know what? I think they're vultures. I think they are just vultures. Just with blacker wings. You know, they exist. They're common knowledge. Think of how common they are in our world, which is like you see them every, you know, maybe few months. You know, they're not super common, but you wouldn't see one and be like, that's crazy. That's a monster. When you see hundreds of thousands of them at the same time, you go, okay, those are monsters.
Okay. Then I
Hundreds
guess
of thousands working with almost like a hive mind or something.
Yeah, so I guess I won't say anything, but I'm just gonna look at the rest of the group and be like, did you guys, like, I don't know, with the expression of like, did I miss something? Because everyone's treating that kind of casually. Because I'm like, I'm basically thinking I'm crazy.
Listen, I don't think thinking about anything too hard is gonna get us out of this dream sequence. We're trapped here through some, I don't know, drug or spell or something. I don't know what's going on, but it seems that we are tangible. We have some effect. What happens if we just don't go in there? What if we wait for a little bit and see what it looks like from the outside? It'll give us more information.
Or just different.
Maybe there was a lot of birds. In this dream, do they kill everyone in heart?
It's a good point. I mean, if we somehow are in this loop that is mimicking a time in the past, given that it's Atticus's grandfather and he's young, obviously the birds can't kill everyone because we're here. Well, not us right now, but us normally exist. And so does a whole city-state worth of people. So obviously it needs to stop somewhere.
I say we stay here for a little bit and see what happens.
I mean, the worst thing that could happen is we get ripped to shreds again and start right back where we came from.
You just want to let yourself die?
No, you're right, Ted. We should just sit here and think about it. That'll stop it.
Yeah, and that'll keep us from getting ripped apart. Ted, I grew up near the mists too. And maybe I didn't have the same experiences as you, but I understand the constant fear of being so close to them and the things that you hear. But now is not the time to think about that. Now is the time to figure this out and get ripped to shreds as few times as possible.
What is there to figure out? What we figured out is that at the very least, the mists are filled with... Let's just assume that it's just those birds. Let's just assume that, for the sake of the argument, that it's just those hundreds of thousands of birds that have us kept in the city like a fucking cage. And no one seems to be thinking about that at all. We're all gonna die, no matter what we do.
You're right, Ted. You know what? We should really be focusing on killing all those millions of birds. That should be our focus right now. Not getting out of this hellish dream state.
I've been shot, stabbed, punched, whatever. It didn't feel like that. We all just want to breeze past it. I didn't want to believe this shit was real. You try to convince me that it is, and then we're not even going to talk about how we died, saw kids be ripped apart by creatures that, sure, I've seen a vulture before, but not like that. And you guys just act like it's totally normal.
This is clearly not normal, Ted. We're just wanting it to happen less. Well, I mean, what do you propose we do? Sit here and do nothing?
I would like to at least go over what just happened, the revelations that we just learned about the world, the threat.
You just did a fine job. Millions of birds, we all just died. It sucked. I don't want to do it again. We're going to have to see what happens here. Now, if you want to sit here and do nothing and think about your mortality, go for it. We're going to be trying to figure this out.
You don't care about all the people that just died.
We knew that things were going to change when we crossed the threshold.
The Katie voice.
I love having this Scooby-Doo character in a party.
It's terrible. I'm sorry.
All right, this conversation's gone on pretty long. Are people like at the end of the boardwalk now?
Yeah, I think people have mostly gathered in at the stage, and you hear the hush fall over the crowd up at the end of the boardwalk.
All
and
right.
you see the chancellor step up to the podium.
All right, Ted. Well, you can go face a wall and think about what happened, or we can see where this goes.
You hear Gregory's name called as you're speaking here, and you see him stand up and walk down and put the helmet on.
Ted, it's about to happen again.
Gregory comes running out of the tunnel, and behind him, the tidal wave of vultures that swoops up, blotting out the sun once again before they dive down, and multiple birds on each member of that crowd as they scream and try to push past you, everyone trying to cram out of the boardwalk and towards the city. From this vantage point, a couple things are different. One of them, actually, I want someone to observe a situation for me.
I'll do it.
Yeah, someone who's fairly...
Not great. 8. So I get one question.
So one question. So yeah, so I think well, you know what currently poses your biggest threat, but I think what should be in the lookout for, what's being hidden from me, what seems strange about this are all fair questions.
What's being hidden from me, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, sure. What's being hidden from you is you look back towards the city, and you see that there are these large gates that lead out to the boardwalk that you probably noticed were open, are closed. And you see that people are running from these vultures and throwing themselves at these gates, and they do not open. And that is the last glimpse you see as these vultures swarm you, sweep you off your feet, and make you watch as your body is turned inside out, and you wake again where you were. I need everyone to roll Keep It Together for me, I think.
And I have a -1 to keep it together, and I have a +0 willpower. So I have a -1 to keep it together.
Surprisingly, an 8 for me.
Okay. Katie,
Whoa.
what'd you roll?
7.
And Lily?
6.
Oh, that's not good.
I know.
Oh my god, I got a double 6. I got a 12. So
Let's
I have
go.
11 total.
12 minus 1, 11. He's the only one who grits his teeth and stays the course. I think that makes sense, Atticus or Argo, as you've now seen this piece of, something. As you're less focused on the pain and the, watching yourself die. Ted and Dot, or Dallas and Lucy, you're going to choose one of these emotional states. So you become... Oh, no, you got a 6, Lily. So Clover and Dallas, choose one of these emotional states. You become angry, sad, scared, guilt-ridden, obsessed, distracted, or you'll be haunted at a later time.
Ooh.
Scared.
Scared? Okay, so you lose 1 stability.
I'm going to go obsessed.
Obsessed, okay. Yeah, you become obsessed. Like with, you want to say like with these birds, or with what?
How specific do I need to get?
Well, just describe to me what you're obsessed over.
Probably the loop itself.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you become obsessed. You get a +1 relation with the loop. And then Dot or Lucy, the strain is too much for your mind to handle.
Oh, no.
You cower powerless in the threat's presence, panic with no control of your actions, or suffer emotional trauma. This is probably not life-changing trauma, so I'll say either take emotional trauma with -2 stability and then like kind of get it together with just having seen some shit, or spend this loop just completely paralyzed and shut down.
I think I'll take -2.
Okay, yeah, -2 stability. I think that makes sense. I'm not going to make you guys roll for that every time, but I think just as a whole, that is a terrifying experience. You open your eyes, and I think once again you hear kettle, caramel, cheddar playing. Get your delicious popcorn over here, Dallas. You're shoved by a kid with a caramel apple. You hear a baseball thrown at some cans.
Okay, so they locked us in here.
Hey, you didn't see that?
But
Anyway,
but
they locked the
door-
people out. You didn't see it. I saw it. I rolled the perception roll.
Damn.
All right? You hear me?
Apologies.
I rolled it. They trapped the people outside. This could have been on purpose.
Why would they do that?
I don't know why they would do it, but listen, we seem to have some effect in this state. Maybe we're here for a reason. We're supposed to do something. And the way I see it right now, we've got two options. We either, in the next 30 seconds, sprint as hard as we can and stop my grandfather from going in there.
I will say, I think the loop lasts about 10 minutes. Let's give it a number.
Okay.
Oh god, that's
In the
really not
next-
a lot of time.
Few minutes, we stop my grandfather from going in and triggering those birds. Or we try and get behind the gates before the birds get released. I know what I would vote, but I think we should make this a collaborative effort. Ted?
Takes me a minute, and then, let's stop your grandfather.
Okay,
Sounds good.
good. So I'm guessing this guy's body feels kind of
I think it's spry.
You know? Yeah. I don't want to grab too much attention, but it may also be a good thing.
I mean,
Maybe someone could cause a distraction. I go in, restrain my grandfather, maybe
or
incapacitate him.
Or break the equipment. If they think that he can't go through the tunnel, they won't let him.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's some kind of information we're missing. Like,
I think they could be doing this on purpose.
I think they almost certainly are, or did. Okay,
I don't want to go near the mess. I can be the distraction.
Okay, well then let's get moving. We don't have much time.
Okay.
let's start.
You
headed
you
over.
follow the crowd up towards, piling towards the stage, and you shove your way around the side towards the front. What's the plan? What are you doing?
I know what I'm doing, but
Maybe go around to the other side, Ted, and start just, I don't know, yelling obscenities, getting their attention, while
good
the
at that.
security detail or anything is trying to deal with you. Maybe all three of us run in and try and sabotage whatever we can.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a backstage area that we're gunning for?
Yeah,
I'm
you
going
tell
for
me.
my
Is
grand.
that-
I'm going for my grandfather.
You're going on the stage. Okay. So yeah. So describe. I missed part of it, but describe it.
Ted's going around and kind of getting the attention of the security detail, whatever there
Okay.
may be.
Yeah, you go
Well, we
around
kinda-
to the stairs on the side of the stage where Gregory will be coming off soon, and there are two security guards there. Ted, what are you doing? Or
on the
Dallas?
way, I'm gonna mess up my hair and I'm gonna take my shirt off
Okay.
and I'm gonna run up to them and say, "You're not real. None of you are real. The birds are gonna kill us all. We're all gonna die." And just start sounding like a fucking crazy guy.
Yeah, they're like, hey, whoa, man, you can't be doing all that, and they walk up to you and start to restrain you.
All
I'm
right,
getting arrested.
Go.
It's fitting.
I run.
Okay. Yeah, you run past them onto the stage.
I book it towards my as
Yeah.
fast as I can.
Yeah, you see the Chancellor steps up and he goes, welcome, good afternoon, fellow citizens of Heart. As Atticus or Argo, you tackle Gregory Salt in the chair.
I'm going with him. Is he holding the helmet?
No, it's down like at the edge of the stage.
I'm going for that. Do I have like a hairpin or
Yeah,
like
I
one
think
of those
you
old
reach.
timey ones, the long ones?
Yeah, you reach around in your hair and you feel that Clover has one.
I'm gonna stab the face of the hazmat suit.
Okay. Yeah, there's
That's
like a
my
glass shield. It's kind of like it's a glass shield on the face, and you stab through it. You puncture through it. The Chancellor stops his speech and just, what the? Excuse me. Sorry. As you've now tackled Gregory Salt, the security guards release Dallas, and from both sides of the stage come running up to you.
I'm giving him a couple good ones just for good measure. I
Okay.
mean, he's not going anywhere. I'm giving him a concussion at least.
You're
old one,
beating
too.
Gregory.
I'm gonna injure him at least. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, go roll to use violence, I think, or engage in
shit, what did I
combat.
give
Sorry.
myself for violence? Okay, +1.
I'm going to try to fight off the security detail for as long as I can.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead and
So,
roll. Do you have an advantage to do that, or do you want to? Or you have the martial arts thing, right? No, that's not you.
I do, but I don't. Is there like a
Oh, you
new
do.
I do have the martial arts expert.
Cool. Then yeah, you do that.
Can I stop rolling?
And I
like,
can do a
actual
roundhouse
bullshit
strike where I engage in combat against several opponents surrounding me, counting as a
Oh,
single
totally.
attack.
Let's go. Yeah, then that sounds perfect.
today? I'm glad she's defending me because I rolled a 6.
11.
11. Yeah, I think Lucy does a roundhouse kick and kicks off these guards and sends them flying. But Argo, you tackle Gregory, and you feel immediately the trademark sword of the Salt family in your side as he's drawn it on you as he saw you running up.
Oh my god.
I need you to roll to... actually, I don't think we're going to do endure injury here just because you know how this ends.
Not this time.
But yeah, but for now, but I think, yeah, he stabs a sword in your side. I think it's enough to push you off.
And then I start yelling
stand
at
up.
him. I'm like, you can't go through. You can't go through. Don't go through.
Who the hell are you?
Your grandson. No, I'm not. Oh, I am one who knows. Do not go through the tunnel.
Don't. What is this?
Oh, I died from the sword wound.
He lays over. Yeah, are you doing anything else to stop? I think the Chancellor comes over to you, Argo, and it's just like, are you? I mean, you're not like really dead, I think.
No. I'm not
No.
actually lying over dead, but I'm going to say to them, it's an inside thing. They expect this. You're all going to die. Please.
The Chancellor comes over to you. He goes, "Son, not here. Not now." And I think he kicks you in the head on the ground.
Oh.
Which is kind of, shielded from the audience for the most part by these security guards who are now back on Lucy. Lucy, what are you doing?
Do I see Atticus get kicked in the head?
Yeah, you do. I think he's not doing well. I think he might be unconscious at this point.
Relatable. I think if I am able to disengage and go and tackle the Chancellor.
Okay. Yeah. You go tackle the Chancellor. Go ahead and roll in act under pressure here.
Ooh, that's so bad. 4.
Yeah, I think what happens is after this amazing roundhouse kick, you run over to the Chancellor, and there's just too many security guards at this point, and they come over and they restrain you before you're able to get to him. And he goes, "Take them away, get them out of my sight." And they take you both behind the curtain, and you hear the speech continue.
Am I just sitting on the stage like
Yeah, what are we doing?
Well, I think. Well, I assumed you would like stay like right on the edge of the stage, like the helmet's right on the edge of the stage.
Yeah, but I'm
So-
breaking that shit.
Yeah, sure, yeah. I think the security guards are like, can like fucking stop that, like go the fuck away.
I brandish my hair. You go away.
Why do we have so
I'm
many
doing
crazies
something.
today?
I'm doing.
We're all gonna die. You're gonna die. I'm just going around to people in the crowd. We're
Yeah,
all
you're like
dead.
you're making a very obvious path as people are moving away from you in your trail.
Happy Progress Day.
I'm thrashing
Chancellor-
violently against the security guards holding me.
They dump you backstage. The Chancellor continues his speech, and Gregory brushes himself off. And he goes, and he doesn't put the helmet on this time. And he walks down the steps and towards the tunnel. You see he's like visibly like shaken. Backstage, you see, go ahead and one of you, either
Is,
Lucy
is
or-
Atticus unconscious?
you're unconscious. So Lucy, go ahead and roll to observe a situation.
Atticus,
I'm not
are
as
you
good
observing?
as this one as I used to be. Oh my god. That's a 3.
3. Yeah, I think they
I have no
they
idea.
throw you onto the ground.
I don't know
and
where I am.
Yeah, they're surrounding you. It's kind of tough to see. Dallas and Clover from the front, you see the same thing. Actually, I want one of you to roll observe a situation because that's different things are happening out front. So
It's
whichever one of you is doing less of a trail
perception?
through the crowd. Yes.
That's me. Okay,
Cool.
I'm gonna
So
roll
Clover?
that. Can I ask? I would love to keep an eye on where the Chancellor goes when this happens. If he's
Sure.
just chilling, standing
Cool.
right there.
Go ahead and roll this.
Or if he gets into like a bunker or something. 13?
13. Okay, so you can ask 2 questions.
Oh gosh.
What should be on the lookout for? What's being hidden from me? What seems strange about this? That sort of thing.
What should I be on the lookout for? What's being hidden from me?
Okay. I'll say be on the lookout for, the Chancellor, right? And we'll talk about what that happens there. And something is being hidden from you, and we'll talk about that in a second too. You see Gregory running back out, and you see as he is swarmed by these birds, knocked off his feet, and you see the birds swarm upwards in a tidal wave, blotting out the sun before diving down towards the crowd. From this vantage point, though, you see the Chancellor is calm, and you see as he walks back through the curtains. What's being hidden from you is right at the edge of the tunnel, right curving around the stairs, you see a figure pop out from behind like the backstage area by the tunnel, wearing a leather helmet and gloves. It is the man you had seen walk into the door in front of you. You see this before your arm is ripped from your torso. And your vision fades. Argo, I think this is probably the most peaceful way it could have happened
I go in my
as
sleep.
you're unconscious. You open your eyes back where you were, and you hear, "Kettle, caramel, cheddar plain, get your delicious popped corn here." What are you doing?
I'm gonna punch the kid.
Yeah. The kid shoves you. He goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, mister." Boom. You just deck him. His caramel apple just goes sliding off the boardwalk. You see as a tooth
These are the
just
last
falls
moments
onto
of his
the...
life, and that's how he's.
Man, I hope this isn't the one that we don't.
Yeah, it's
We
gonna.
fix it, and this kid is just.
No.
Oh well.
Did you see the looks on those bastards' faces?
They knew that was gonna happen.
They're all
The
they're
Chancellor.
in on this.
They do. Okay, but also I saw Machete Guy.
What?
He was
What?
Machete Guy. He was backstage. So,
How didn't he change? Why is he?
oh, you're
What?
Was he the same person?
He was the same person.
Oh, I hadn't even thought about that.
It's the leather cap. Something about it. Maybe?
Where was he exactly?
He came out from backstage right before I died. I could find him this time around. I don't know what to do or say, but I think the answer to this, the loop, is to get answers. I think we're getting closer.
I hope so, because I really don't like dying.
I'm sorry,
He
Ted.
goes, "Hey, mister, can you buy me another caramel apple?"
Yeah. I can.
Oh, poor kid, dude. He's literally about to just get absolutely destroyed by a bunch of birds.
Do I have money on me?
Yeah, you search your pockets. You do have a few coins.
Dude, the
I'll give
balls
him
on this
everything
kid.
I have.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, kid.
You accidentally gave me too much change.
Just take it. I don't care. I'm gonna die soon. Just go.
Oh wow, gee, thanks, mister.
So are you, kid.
So what do we do this time?
Okay, Gregory still went in. I don't know if the two of you saw that, but he did. So, destroying the suit doesn't fix anything.
And I don't know if we can stop him.
I think I'm gonna look for Machete Man.
I think whatever we do, we should do together. Strength in numbers. As far as I'm concerned, we have an infinite number of tries at this. But I don't know how much more my sanity can take.
Atticus, what do you think happens if we try to find your grandfather before the show and,
Like, did Gregory look to react differently than the Chancellor did?
Gregory, from what you can tell, died.
Oh, okay.
From what you've seen, you didn't see him die, but you see him knocked off his feet, and he looked scared. So he looked very different than the Chancellor.
Okay. Dude, we
As
could
far as you can
convince my
tell,
grandfather.
unless you got in that tunnel and were right next to him and saw, as far as you
That's
can
also
tell,
an option.
he dies.
That's an option.
But I know that I know in my family history that he died very, very young, right?
Yes, very young. It depends on when this was. You don't know how old he was, but you know your father was like 3 or 4.
Blake,
Yeah.
I don't know if this is how it works. Can I try to see through the illusion? Is that a thing
Ooh.
that I can
Gotcha.
do?
Yeah, that's like cults lore knowledge, but I think this would be an example where it might work because something very, very strange is happening. There's sort of a veil over reality. So yeah, that is the only example I can think of this move applying to our game. So yeah, roll plus soul to see through the illusion.
Okay.
Maybe when I see through the illusion.
That's
All right, Argo, you are ripped to shreds. Not having to do with the birds, you just die.
Is this my soul or Dallas's soul?
This is Dallas's soul.
Okay, then 10.
10, great. You perceive things as they truly are. So now again, that's a little like cult terminology, but I'll say you see something. You see something that's like beyond the on the upper echelon of whatever this place you're in is. And what you see is this helmed man, the leather cap, pushing through the crowd on the boardwalk, looking you directly in the eye, making a beeline for you.
Oh my god. Machete Man is looking at me. He is staring at me.
He's pushing past people. He's like pushing people aside.
He's right
You
there.
see,
He's right there.
the kid with the new caramel apple. He like, oh thanks, I got a caramel apple. He walks and the Machete Man just pushes him to the ground. He drops his caramel apple.
What an asshole!
Who would do that?
Who would ever do such a thing?
You punched him. To be fair. That's so
this
much
guy
worse.
just pushed him.
This kid's gonna have a bad. This is the worst day of that kid's life.
This man wants
Well,
to
he's
be
about
father.
to die, so.
You see, he's like 50
This
feet
isn't
away
real
now.
though, so it's okay.
You see, he's like 50 feet away now, and he is beelining for you, Dallas, looking you in the eyes, and he goes, "You're not supposed to be here."
Fuck you!
How do we get out?
You know what?
He charges into a full sprint, and Dallas, he charges at you. I need you to roll to avoid harm.
Oh, that's interesting.
Can I?
reflexes,
Wait, can
okay.
I was going to ask if I can help by just, like, trying to deck him before he, like, coming
Get
at him
his
from the
ass.
side.
The 6'4", like grown freaking bodybuilder dude. You're gonna punch him
11,
in the
baby.
face.
11, yeah.
I am a
He-
martial arts expert.
Well, I'll tell you
Oh,
what.
sure.
I'll tell you what you can do. You can roll engage in combat. Avoid harm. Yeah, as he just goes to just grab you by the neck, Dallas, you slip out from underneath him, and he pushes past you with this, like, you know, I mean, he is just a brutish man. Like, yeah, like Alex, you said 6'4". He has so much inertia that he just like pushes past you. Go ahead and roll, Lucy, for engage in combat.
Get 'em, boys!
Roll for beating his ass.
That is an 11 again.
An 11, yeah. I think you throw this kick up at his neck and you push him to the ground on the boardwalk as his weight carries him forward, and he hits the ground. How the hell did you all get here?
Look, we don't want to be here either. Okay? We just need to know how to get out.
Where are we?
What is happening?
I'll ask the questions. Who the hell are you?
Oh, he didn't see us before.
Yeah, he has no idea who we are.
My real name is Michael Hargrove. It's my alias now.
Mikey.
Just answer some questions and we'll get out of your hair.
If we
What is
even
going
can
on
at this
here?
point.
Why aren't you someone else?
This isn't a place that people are supposed to see.
Well, your god sent me here, so I'm sticking around for a little bit.
You say that. I think there's some like recognition of his eyes of like, my God, you're one of those.
I was the first person to see Nora Ridley's body.
Who the hell is Nora Ridley?
I promised you'd recognize her. You cut off her limbs this morning.
Father Abel said someone had come in, broken in, trespassers. That was you.
What can you do about it now?
You all are stuck here. Don't mess with Gregory or the birds or Progress Day.
What?
This isn't something that people are supposed to see or to fuck with.
Why?
I'm the only one who's supposed to come in here.
Did they do this to Hart? Are you here to make sure that happens? There must be a reason.
I'm here to feed this thing.
What is this thing?
Enjoy eternity. You were never supposed to see this place. And I think at this point, as it took him a while to like beeline through the crowd, like Gregory's running back out. You see the vultures swarming, blotting out the sun. You see they leave this person, this man, alone and attack you, pinning you to the ground and pecking at parts of your body. You wake up and you see that this man is in the same exact spot, staring at you. Don't mess with it. And he starts to walk back down the boardwalk.
No, he doesn't get to do that. Punk. I'm gonna grab his legs. I'm not trying to hurt him or anything. I'm just gonna say no and grab his ankles. I've got more questions for you.
He shakes you off. What are they?
Who the hell are you? Why do you get to come here and change things?
Like I said, I'm here to feed this thing. I'm no one you would care about. My name is Lee Claremont.